what is one thing that like makes you feel proud to show the love that you show in a relationship? Like, I guess, let me put it this way. What is a way that I reciprocate your energy that makes it like worth it for you?
To stay in a relationship?
Or just makes it worth it. Like, where you're just like, oh, I'm so glad I did that for him. Or like, it's like, I love just being here for him like that. Like, what is a way that I reciprocate it? Or what's the way that you enjoy things being reciprocated to where it makes what you do worth it?
That's a good question. So for me, I think it goes into that one time where you was like, we work for each other when we started talking about that. And for me, what I've learned in my relationship, outside, because I'm not really sure how to answer the question, but I know why I'm in my relationship, so that's completely different from what I think what you're asking me. But essentially, when it comes to our relationship, what I've learned to do things that you make me proud of is how I make your life better. So if you're coming home doing the small minor things, like making sure your house is clean, if your neck's hurting, if it's something where like, okay, we talked about me coming on to you, where it's like, okay, a lot of times our sexual energy, there's times where you don't always want to be like, all right, well, I know you probably are in the mood to do something sexual, but you don't always want to come to me. Sometimes you want me to like throw myself at you. So a lot of times when I reciprocate that energy and I'm always coming to you with either the food or, sexy time, like whatever it is that we're doing, if I come to you like that, then you're always in a better headspace to like start doing things that naturally you probably wouldn't do if you were, how am I trying to word this? If I'm not coming to you doing things that are out of the ordinary, you won't come to me, if that makes sense. But because I am reciprocating the energy to do things that I know you like, I know you're going to be hungry when you get off of work. I know that there's just certain things that you like. So I just kind of lay out your life to make it easier for you. And like the more I do that, the more that you do that for me.
Right.
You'll come home randomly with Starbucks, or like you'll buy me a random outfit,
or you'll
DoorDash me some food, or you'll surprise me with like,
just because I'm like, I know she's hungry. There's no food in the house.
I know you want to go see the new what was it? We just went to go see the new Bad Boys movie.
And you wanted to see it.
I wanted to see it. Yeah. So you just,
I fell asleep, but I knew you were going to enjoy it. I don't like routines.
I like things being like spontaneous. Yeah. So because of that, you're like, I know you just got off of work. All right, let's go see Bad Boys randomly, and I love that. So
right, yeah.
Because what I do for you, you do for me. That's how we're able to go back and forth.
That's why you were like, when I was like, by the way, this counts as a date. You was like, how? You fell asleep through the whole movie.
Well, that part you did fall asleep.
You're right, but
so it doesn't count
I actually
as a
thought
date.
about this today. That's why I'm glad I got a rebuttal for you. I was like, honestly, the reason why I took you to that movie is because I knew, don't get me wrong, I love the Bad Boy series. Like, between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, they've always been like, kind of like idols to me growing up. Yeah, like they've always been like idols to me growing up. Like our relationship actually reminds me, outside of the controversy they had with the show, but like the show in general and them just being a couple, just going through everyday life together, like it actually reminds me a lot of me and you. Like it's like,
which couple?
Martin and Gina.
So we're not talking about Bad Boys anymore.
Martin Lawrence?
Yeah, but you said Martin and Gina relationship.
I was talking about
Bad
them
Boys,
being
so
idols. Like they would, Martin and Will Smith being idols. That's why I was kind of relating it to the show. Okay. But like, and Will Smith, like outside of, what you hear about as far as the whole thing with Jada, which again, that's none of my business. That's their relationship.
But they were still goals, and we all know people go through their stuff.
Right, exactly. So
in my opinion, don't take away from them still being goals. So,
and to be honest with you, like I understand him.
But that's why I don't also idolize any relationship either.
I don't idolize.
Everyone got something going on. Me and you got something going on, and it's like people. We only show people what we want them to see, but behind closed doors, relationships get crazy and scary and wild, and it's a roller coaster for sure. Right. So I definitely understand that.
So like when I say idolize them, like it's just not in a way to like, oh, I want to be like them when I grow up, but it's kind of like giving them their flowers. Yeah. Like it like it makes me sad to hear things like Diddy going on, because like how many people it's my brother calling me, but like how many people actually like it sucks to hear Diddy having what he has going on, because outside of him doing all of that or whatever, it's like that's just another one of ours that's like, dang, bro, you was winning in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like, dang, bro, now you got to be another one that we write off. Like, you know, it's still sad, especially as a black man. It's still sad to see another black man like, dang, bro, like, now I got to write you off. You was a legend. Now I got to write you off now.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And so with that, with Will and Martin, we don't know what the future holds. I'm praying that we don't find any scandals or nothing weird with them. Because honestly, like, they have been solid. Like, you know, as far as, like, you ain't really hear about nothing of them doing no crazy, wild, outlandish stuff. I'm like, whatever we hear, you know, media and all that, that's them. But with that, like, I did take you to see the movie because I also knew how much you was looking forward to seeing the movie. I don't remember the actor's name that was on the B. Simone podcast. Hey, bro, I'm filming a podcast. Let me call you back in like 5 minutes, bro. All right, for sure. But essentially, like, you know, I don't remember the actor's name that plays Will Smith's son in the movie or whatever. But
Jacob.
yeah, like you were watching Jacob. Yeah, like you were watching the podcast, and so I was like, well, let's go see the movie. You already wanted I wanted to go see the Bad Boys movie. I just knew how much you would have looked forward to it. So I was like, let's just go see it. I did fall asleep because I did work all that day, but it's that type of thing that like where if I know you enjoy something, because there's things that you don't even like doing or you don't really care for that you will do for me to make me happy. So why not do that for you too?
I agree. Like watching you play the game. Like I obviously do not get any excitement out of watching you play the game, but sometimes like you like just having that conversation and me just watching you and
Sometimes
you getting
just
your
sit next to
kills
me.
and all this stuff. So I mean, there's things in relationships that we have to do to humor the person, and or outside of just humoring the person, you have to step into their world. So I have to step into your world and you have to step into mine. And a lot of times with people in their relationships, when they what happens in their relationship is they stop losing their friendship because they don't step into each other's world. Like you're like, all right, well, I'll let you go do that or you go do that. And that's where that whole girls time and guys time starts to come into play because you feel like you have to go do things with your girls because your significant other, that's not something they like, which is fine. There are things that you can do separate with your partner.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's also important. But there's still things where like, okay, even if you don't like that, what do you like so we can compromise? Okay, so we have this going on and vice versa. And with us, I feel like our personalities are very similar. So thankfully, I feel like we are a good match because a lot of the stuff that we like to do is similar. Like I don't like if you would do Zumba with me and I would go paintballing with you. Like, you know what I mean? Like
That don't really count because you're a tomboy. I could be like, hey, bro, we about to go do a game of tackle football.
But that still was okay.
And you're pulling up, and you would be good.
I would probably schedule the tackle football.
But if I was like, hey, I'm going to this, which I'm not into video games that deep. Like I would go network or whatever. I just love Warzone. Like I like Grand Theft Auto, but
it's like music. At first I wasn't
Warzone
really
guy.
into music. Music studios sometimes aren't really that fun. Like if you're being honest, like because like you have
But
to
if
be
you're putting in the
quiet.
work-
You know what I mean? For the most part, like it's not fun the whole time.
Yeah,
You know,
because you're
but
working.
I have went and sat in studio sessions with you, or I have went and done stuff that is not necessarily important for me, but because it's important to you, it makes it important for me. It's the best way I can put it.
And that's how it is for me.
So,
and I remember, and I like it is important to. I think what you're getting at is like stepping into each other's world, and also looking at things from each other's perspective.
Yeah.
Like if you are in a relationship, like I'll say it to you guys, like if you are in a relationship, it'll become harder to do over time. But if you always are aware of when you're not doing it, you'll know, hey, maybe I should do this more. But what I would recommend is like stepping into your partner's world. Like, you know what I mean? Like
that's what I just said.
And I know, but like with the game thing, because I remember why you said that, because I remember we were talking about, because like for example, it was something you and Brittany wanted to do, which is your best friend. And, you know, she was recently married. Shout out to Brittany and Ricky. We love you guys always. They're our best friends. You know what I'm saying? It's shout out to Audrey, you know, Jawdry as we like to call her. But
you like to call her.
yeah, we got it from Glenn and Aaron. But essentially, like, you know, I remember we were talking one day and y'all wanted, like, I think y'all wanted to have like a game night or something. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I was like, well, Ricky could bring the game and we just play the game or whatever, you know, and we all chill. We still chilling. Like, y'all gonna have y'all girls talk anyway. Y'all gonna vibe, do y'all thing. Me and him, we vibe over the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, well, no, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't want, why y'all gotta play the game? Why can't y'all just vibe with us?
Well, that's not my voice. We're
I
not
get
gonna
it,
do that.
but that's how you sounded to me at that moment.
That's not what we're gonna do.
But
essentially having a game night, you know, like you want everyone to be a part of. So when that's kind of like where that was coming from.
Yeah, and I was
like,
just
okay, me and Brittany play games together, and then y'all play the game.
But they were more so just coming over to chill. It wasn't a game night. We were just hanging out.
Yeah,
we were just hanging out, and they were gonna come over. Y'all was gonna like sip some wine. Me and him are like some whiskey drinkers. We're gonna sip some whiskey or whatever, and just chill. So I was like, well, cool, he'll bring the game. And you were like, well, nah. And then I was like, well, the thing is, you got to understand, like, remember, all of the stuff that we typically plan together, y'all usually plan it. That's me and Ricky stepping into y'all world. Have y'all ever thought to just step into our world? Like, yeah, I get us playing the game, but have y'all ever just thought maybe, hey, you know what? These guys are getting hype in here because they're literally going to war on a video game with hundreds of other people, with strangers all over the world, and they're hyped. Why are they so hyped? Why have y'all ever, and I was like, have y'all ever just thought to just step into our world? Like, and just vibe with it? I get the game may seem boring, but have you ever thought maybe to just watch and ask questions, see how it works? You might end up getting into it. Like, in the one time that time you was like, all right, cool, I get it now, cool. We'll set up a designated gaming area. Y'all was like, cool, we'll bring y'all some snacks, we'll chill, sip our wine, and we'll come in there and chill with y'all, which y'all did, and I'm grateful for. But like, even outside of that, if you see me playing the game, I even told you, I was like, man, sometimes when you just come next to me and just cuddle up next to me and just chill, you ain't even gotta say nothing. Just put your body next to me. Sometimes that means the world to me. Sometimes I'm not gonna relate you to an animal, but like when we were like
a cat?
When we were cat sitting, exactly. And
that cat was trying to seduce you.
And Nova was like, she definitely wasn't. She was just letting her.
This cat literally, he was playing a game. She literally walked across his lap. Then she took took her leg.
Ew.
Then she took her tail and wrapped it around your neck all seductively, and then walked back off.
But you know, cats, that's how they move. They're very
agile,
but still,
I was like, first of all, my hair has to separate. I can't trust this cat that I was house sitting.
First of all, you can trust me around the cat. I can't speak for the cat, but you can trust me. You ain't got to worry about me doing nothing with the cats.
This is true.
Yeah, but yeah, so like, I was like, yo, like sometimes when you just come sit next to me, sometimes that means the world. Sometimes even when I'm quiet and I'm just like, why is he so quiet? He not really talking to me. Maybe it's nothing you did. Maybe it's just like, maybe maybe just the day was harder on him today.